Hey, Brixel! Scrapper gyro changes rolled back. Where does Guild Wars 2 land on PC Gamer's top 100 list? And Arenanet dropped their fall and winter roadmap out of nowhere. It's October, Tyria's getting all kinds of spooky, and we still got a ton of updates incoming. So, as always, welcome to Last Week in Tyria.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
First and foremost, suck it, I told you so. Sorry, what I meant is, in regards to the announced Scrapper gyro changes, we are happy to confirm that our speculations were correct. As we predicted, the preview changes will not be making it into the live game. So yeah, suck it, Kevin! But before we wallow in any more self-satisfaction, be sure to ding the thing if you haven't already. Our community is continuously growing and we'd love to have you along for the ride. And speaking of community, we're happy to announce the release of our Discord server. Hit the link just below the magnetically attractive like button and check out the Brickyard. Much love to our patrons and a high five to our supporters over on Twitch. With that, let's get into it. So, as I was saying, suck it, naysayers! I wisely and defiantly prophesized that no, the planned changes to Scrapper gyros will not make it into the live game. But okay, being serious for just a second, I can't really get cocky about that prediction coming true. The initial blog post explicitly stated that Arenanet would be keeping an eye on player reaction. So really, a legless, clinically blind starfish living in a pothole puddle could have predicted that Arenanet wouldn't really go through with those changes. In response to what I'm gonna over-dramatically refer to as GYROGATE, we got a follow-up blog post from Cal CMC Cone, lead of the Guild Wars 2 balance team. Since the preview, we've seen a lot of feedback around the proposed change to convert Scrapper gyros into ground-targeted stationary spells. The main concern we've seen is that this change would remove the unique feeling of the skills without replacing it with anything new. We agree. So, would you look at that? A happy conclusion that didn't involve taking something behind the shed for a shootin'. I for one am stoked, not because I play Scrapper, but because this is proof positive that Arenanet are genuinely listening and engaging with player conversations. I mean, as everyone knows, there is a big difference between devs saying they'll listen and them actually listening. CMC's post continues, we'll be reverting the proposed changes and we'll be making a different set of adjustments to Purge and Sneak Gyro for World vs. World. For clarification, we'll still be changing Defense Field into a ground target skill on the October 4th update. We'd still like to take a pause on updating the design of Scrapper gyros in the future, but not until we work out a replacement mechanic that feels both unique and fun to use. As always, thanks to everyone who gave their feedback on the upcoming changes. We really appreciate it. Now, for all the memeing I did in the last episode, I really do appreciate how chill almost everyone in the community has been in regards to GYROGATE. We've all had the displeasure of seeing the community say some pretty unforgivable things, and honestly for far lesser infractions. So, thanks to everyone for keeping their cool. Except you. Yeah, you know who I'm talking to. Chill out, dude, or I'll tell your mom about that special hidden folder on your laptop. That's weird, dude. Moving on! Last week, PC Gamer released their annual top 100 PC games list, and it certainly is a list of video games. That, at least, is something everyone can agree on. But as far as the game rankings themselves go, yeah, the discussion got predictably lively. Before we talk about where Guild Wars 2 ranked, however, let's first acknowledge what PC Gamer were actually trying to do. They specify that this list is not of the most important PC games, rather these are our picks of the best PC games to play right now. How influential a game was doesn't matter. How much we enjoyed playing it at the time is not our concern. The simple question always is, does it hold up today? So, fair enough. I'm all for the distinction. The list would pretty much be the same every year otherwise, right? However, after reviewing the list, I honestly don't believe PC Gamer themselves stuck to that criteria. I mean, can we all agree that Quake shouldn't be ranked higher than Quake 3? I mean, right? Okay, but seriously, PC Gamer's justification in the case of Quake seems to be purely based on how influential the game was at release, as well as how good a recent fan port is today. It's a little sketchy. So what I'm saying is that I'm personally not completely on board with the list. But with that being said, let's see where PC Gamer put our beloved Guild Wars 2. 35. Honestly, I'm happy when these lists remember Guild Wars even exists. Look, don't get me wrong, if I voted, Guild Wars would obviously be much higher. But then again, I'm also based in guild build. Even still, I genuinely honestly believe that Guild Wars 2 is one of the best PC games on the market in 2022. So now that we're all on the same page, let's take a look at some of the games that beat Guild Wars 2. First up, I find it pretty questionable that 343's Master Chief Collection, Slay the Spire, or Hitman 3 deserve to be higher than Guild Wars 2. Which is not to say those are bad games. Okay, no, I take that back. The Master Chief Collection is frankly a pile of shit. But as far as some of the other more highly rated games go, they just don't offer nearly as much in terms of quantity and quality content. And look, I'm not totally biased. There are games that ranked lower than Guild Wars that I also don't agree with. For example, Microsoft Flight Simulator and fucking Nier Automata definitely deserve to be higher. So in conclusion, do I think Guild Wars 2 deserves a higher spot? Hell yeah. But am I happy it was listed at all? Yeah, you better believe it. Next up, the saga of Arenet's endeavors to bust my balls continues. I feel like a broken fucking record at this point, but let me share with you once again just how annoying being a news-based YouTuber can be. Not 5 minutes after the script was released, Arenanet released their massive fall and winter roadmap. So for the interest of time, our sanity, and the stories we've already put work into this week, we're not gonna go through the entirety of the roadmap. A rapid-fire surface-level glance will have to suffice for now. However, you can look forward to extensive coverage of the roadmap in the weeks and months to come. Alrighty folks, dig deep, let's hit it. October 4th saw the highly anticipated competitive profession balance update, as well as the release of Jormag legendary weapon variants. October 14th, we have another World vs. World restructuring beta. Big hype for that one. October 18th, we start celebrating the very best of Guild Wars 2 holidays, the Shadow of the Mad King. I've loved this event ever since I first played it back in 2012. And to all you jumping puzzle noobs, the Mad King's Clock Tower is a fantastic, relaxing puzzle, perfect for beginners trying to come to terms with the game's movement mechanics. Moving into November, on the 4th, we have the 6th annual Arenanet 24-hour extra live stream. A variety of in-game and IRL activities have been confirmed, but we don't know what they are just yet. November 8th sees the conclusion of the Return of the Living World Season 1. The season is culminating with the release of Episode 5, Battle for Lion's Arch, plus, depending on who you ask, the even more exciting Old Lion's Court Strike mission. November 29th, we have the much talked about PvE balance update, landing just in time for Old Lion's Court Challenge mode. I for one am frothing for another Race to World First, reminiscent of Harvest Temple CM, so please Arenanet, make it hard. For us plebs who don't have the mental fortitude to complete CM strikes, we'll have the release of Primordus legendary weapon skin variants. A nice little something to keep us busy while the big kids play. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, December 13th, we have Winter's Day. Yeah, it's great, but just between you and me, it ain't no Shadow of the Mad King. So there you have it, Arenet's plans for the rest of the year. It's a shit ton, but you can count on me to cover everything as and when it happens. Though, grant me the courtesy of doing it in manageable single episode chunks, yeah? But that's it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're looking for more in-depth Guild Wars 2 info or details on the builds I play, check out hardstuck.gg. They got the best guides and builds in Tyria. And while you're clicking around the internet, maybe check out my Twitch. I stream Guild Wars 2 and a few other games 3 times a week. Lastly, a huge shout out to my patrons and a crisp high five to my supporters over on Twitch. Much love to my Guardian tier supporters Anthony Hodgson, Liam Pullis, Brain Not Bright, Guild MM, and Duncan Forsman. This channel would not be viable without your help, so thank you so much. As always, Brixel loves you very much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.